Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. This is Podcastforwe, a podcast for us, as well as a podcast for you. Here are your hosts, K-Dog and Ed Dizzle. We're coming to you live, but not really live, somewhat here, but not there.
Yeah, live for us.
Yeah. I know it's been a while since we made one of these, but that's just the way it is. The fall to the winters, it's really hard to make these podcasts. So if you guys
it
are
gets
hungry
darker earlier. It just feels like, it's later in the night.
there's a lot of shit to do, though. You know what I mean? You're prepping for Thanksgiving. You're prepping for fucking Christmas, and like there's like life, working.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Life changes and stuff.
Life changes. Sometimes you're into chicks. Next you're into non-binary beats.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
then it's myself.
Then it's yourself. Always yourself.
It's true. He's very abusive.
I could only fuck with hate in my heart. Freaking
Hey man, before we get too deep in it and I forget, thank you for serving and for putting it on the line, man.
Oh yeah, today's Veterans Day. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm supposed to call this one VetCast. I usually record a podcast on Veterans Day and I get drunk, but I time has I forgot it was Veterans Day, kind of. I kind of picked up. I as soon as I realized it was Veterans Day, I was like, I got me some steaks, got me some Budweiser, and fucking yeah.
You were ready. You didn't know you were ready.
No, I mean, like literally, I was like, oh shit, it is Veterans Day. Fuck. So I went and bought a porterhouse steak and got some beer and made that happen.
There you go.
Yeah. I didn't even start drinking until now. That's how weird it is. It's getting hard to even get time to drink.
Yeah. Which is something you have to do anyways to live, but just take the water out and put the beer in.
I literally worked like over 12 hours straight without taking a break. So like it's like, and then like when I get home, I'm tapped. Yeah. And it's hard to come up with content when you're like fucking tapped. But and like it takes two to tango. You're doing shit too. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, but we like tangoing, so let's tango.
Mm-hmm. So you watched Dune, huh?
Yeah, we watched Dune.
In IMAX?
We enjoyed it. No, here at home. IMAX enough.
Yeah.
A digital IMAX screen is 2K,
It is?
Yeah, no, if you go to a digital IMAX screen, it's 2K. They're all built 2K. You want to watch something in 4K, go to a Dolby Cinema. And I think some of the RPXs have upgraded to 4K.
RPX is legit.
But IMAX is.
I prefer an RPX over an IMAX only because of the comfort.
I prefer Dolby Cinema over everything because of.
See, I never got to do that. I always was IMAX or go broke.
Yeah, we went to we actually. Oh shit! No, we saw something. We saw Eternals.
You saw Eternals
at Cinepolis.
The beer place, huh? Which one? In San Marcos or the one further up?
The newer one further up.
Oh wow!
There's one in San Marcos, there's one in Del Mar. We went up all the way up to Vista to where you guys were at.
Oh, but that's not new. It's been there.
No, this one's off of Los Coches.
It has like it's by the gas. There's an ice cream joint across the street, right? It's like a little village.
It's a little village. It has its own little like turn in, like for
yeah. That's not new. That's not new. Now they've been upgrading that since I lived there.
I think that's what they did.
Yeah. Oh, they've been upgrading it for like 10 years.
Yeah. When I was looking at it online, it was at the beginning of this year, they were saying, like, oh, hey, this new theater, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? The screen wasn't all that. The sound was not all that.
It was a shitty theater, and then it grew into Cinépolis, and then after Cinépolis, it just casually grew. And that's where I used to watch the RPX.
Yeah, I didn't see an RPX there.
I saw 4D there though. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that special stuff. I mean, it was super fancy. The urinals were the nicest smelling urinals.
Oh yeah, and you can drink beer. That's a big one.
Yeah. It was kind of jarring though. People coming in during the movie and dropping off food and shit.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, you can order stuff. I didn't like that.
I'm gonna take Dolby Cinema because Dolby Cinema has like the 5-way adjustable seats, and the center actually comes up. They're like a love seat. You know,
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know,
that's my jam. I love
if
that.
your lady wants to cuddle up with you, she can, and there's no
I don't want
like
that. Nah. Yeah, nah. When I watch a movie, I'm here. I'm me in the movie. We're communing. You know, it's like I'm married to the movie right now. Get the fuck
Well, I
out
mean,
of me.
but you can have a three-way though. You can have a
Mm-mm.
three-way. You, your lady, in the movie.
I got to get oils and get all. I'm not that guy. I'm not into that. I'm not into that. No. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I did 4D there. They did have that, and that's when the chair moves, and there's smells.
Yeah.
And if there's a tornado or something, because the one I had a tornado, and I saw it, and I was like,
I've seen two movies, which were actually kind of cool to watch. Man of Steel.
Oh, what?
And Iron Man 3.
Oh my god! Wow, Man of Steel though, man.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. The first flight
Yeah.
scene, you know, it's moving like that, and this was actually pretty good. It was down in TJ.
Wow.
I was impressed. That was the closest place besides Korea that had a 4DX at the time.
Yeah. When 4D came out, it was so new. It was so crazy. But when I saw it, I was like, it's a lot of money for something I don't really care. I like comfort, sound, and then screen, and however you get that situated,
Right.
You watch the Eternals? I haven't watched it yet. I was gonna watch it, but I was like, I mean, like,
you can wait.
I'm not gonna watch it in theater, dude.
Yeah, no, you can wait.
I know.
I know.
It looks like garbage. It looks like the Power Rangers, but with Marvel.
I enjoyed it, but I don't know. I
enjoyed Shang-Chi too.
That's the problem. I tend to enjoy things more.
It looks like don't spoil it, but to me it looks like a lot of characters, and diversity was the first thing, then the story, and then the action.
It seems like they were trying to do something different and didn't work out.
That's one of the topics I wanted to talk about. Let's get into Dune, but there's one topic I did want to talk about that movie. So hey, it's funny because I came up with, just as you started talking, I came up with that. I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. In Japan, now this not Japan, in China, they censored a scene, not just China, a bunch of Eastern countries.
China doesn't have Eternals.
Yeah, well, and then also in the Middle East, they censored it, the gay scene, right, or something like that. No, you're right. No, that's how it was. It was, if you don't censor this scene, we're not showing this movie, right. And then boop, that's why it's not showing, and that's why it's not doing so well. I have to say something about this. So China is very bad, it's a very bad country, you know what I mean? Not the people per se, but it's like,
oh,
racist,
right.
It's super racist. They hate Muslims, man. They hate everything, and except for communism. They love that shit. But it was it totalitarianism or something?
Yeah, totalitarianism.
Yeah. No, but so when they did it with the Eternals, I had the thought back in Star Wars 8, they did scratch it. In The Force Awakens, in our country, you have Finn predominantly.
Oh yeah.
But then China was like, nope. Whoop, yeah. And then when you see Star Wars 8, it's different. Okay, now with perspective and years of time and this Eternals incident, look at Star Wars 8. When you watch Star Wars the 7 one, the seventh, let's just say the first movie, whatever, it doesn't Finn feel like a main guy, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. We missed out on a bunch of story possibilities with Finn. Even John Boyega has been like, they fucked him over.
Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, that's what he was saying. So you got Star Wars 8. Did you notice how he was pushed to the side in the story? And there was the plucky Asian chick they introduced. And that was pushed
to the side, literally. They got sent.
Yeah, he was a sidekick
that did nothing. Their whole side quest did absolutely nothing for the main story.
True. And and then it's like, do you think? And I'm pretty sure this is what happened. They wanted that market because they need that market. That's why you have John Cena doing his thing where he's like Xing Chang Kong because he's about Taiwan, right?
Right.
So do you think that they geared Star Wars? Now, at the time, I thought, it was just trying to be different, trying to, what is the word that we see a lot? It's
diversify.
Yeah, no, not justify. Catch us off guard.
Subvert
expectations.
Yeah.
I thought that was the director and the writer, but no, I think it was China. They wanted that China money, so they're just like, hey, okay, whoa. We won't have the black guy as much, and we'll have this Chinese lady.
Is she Chinese?
Fuck, I don't know, man. Shit, I thought.
I don't know where she's
And
from.
she shouldn't be though. She can't be because of her name is like Tran or something like that. And that's Chinese. She's Chinese.
Okay.
I just thought about that. Yeah, no. She's Chinese, I think.
Maybe. I mean, that might have been part of it, you know. Jar Jar, what's her face?
Yeah. But like, I mean, like, okay, so here you are. They literally stopped a franchise from doing what it does, right? Being different. That's really what Star Wars is. It was very different. You know, the woman taking a lead, you know, and, you know, you had a black character. I mean, like it at the time in the 70s and 80s, I mean, like this was a thing. So Here we are. Star Wars being Star Wars was doing its thing in Force Awakens. You felt it. It was, and then 8 comes out and it gets all weird. And I was like, and then now, if you think about it, I think that China dictates the market of a movie in a weird way.
Maybe not dictates, but definitely influences. It's one of those time. It's one of those considerations that they have to make. It's like, okay, how can we bring in this Chinese market? You know?
Yeah, and then whatever on like bringing in, you know, Chinese people, that's a thing, whatever. But excluding black people, gay people, and Muslims, like you can't predominantly have those characters in the front because that's not their jam, baby. They ain't into gays.
Well, but they ain't into race. They didn't have Finn with that character almost the entire time.
They couldn't write him out.
And then her falling in love with Finn as well. So
and that doesn't, and it didn't feel right. It was just a weird thing.
No, but that feels like, you know, if they were trying to avoid you know, offending them, then they wouldn't have had their only Chinese character fall in love with a black guy.
Maybe. I hear you. I think he had a set of rules he had to do, and he just went, he went and did that. Cause like it just doesn't, it shifted away from him, and then it was more to her, and then they went on. And okay, and then bringing it back
I think it was Rian Johnson trying to bring his own thing
maybe
to Star Wars. I think he was jealous Dave Filoni got to do his own thing and introduce his own characters that people fucking love, like Ahsoka.
I hear you, but this is old hat.
And he was like, well, I'm going to create my own character that everyone's going to love. And it didn't work out.
I hear you. And I thought that too at the time, but then you got this Eternals fiasco and they're like, we're not, and this movie's failing because it can't get that Chinese market. So like, I mean, if it becomes a thing like that, they need that market. They won't be able to predominantly shovel and that's their bag now. Like that's all they got. They can't make good stories anymore, so they try to make things woke. The problem with woke is it doesn't mesh well with China. You know what I mean? That market that you need.
Well, I mean, without like spoiling it or anything, right? The gay scene.
It's not. No, it's tame as fuck. It's tame as fuck. It's not like
it is. It's like in the old guard. It's treated the way it is in the old guard.
I get you. I get it.
You know, it's not in your face. It's not like they're persecuted. It's not like whoever says, do you know what it's like to be a gay superhero? It's not that. They don't do that. It's just
I know. It's there, and then boom, it's not there in those markets. So moving forward, here I am. The only reason why I'm writing woke shit in the first fucking place is because it's making me money. All right. Now, a big part of my money is China. And now I did the thing with the poster. I did some things where I didn't show it because I didn't want to piss off my woke crowd, but this can't last. I need that Chinese market to keep going. So I'm going to have to take out some shit. And that is their conundrum. So for the next few movies, I think shit's going to get different. I think this might be the straw that broke the camel's back. And it's funny too, because
I think shit's going to stay generic. Honestly, I think it's just going to go back to being pretty vanilla in terms of like cultural topics.
I hear you.
Because a lot of people didn't react well to Falcon and Winter Soldier getting the ending, that getting really preachy at the end, right?
I hear you, but like we're talking a movie though, and the Eternals is bombing only not because it's a bad movie per se. It just can't get that a third of the market. And I have a greater conspiracy than that. Check it. I don't think anyone in China is really watching any of these fucking movies. China is a communist country that does whatever the fuck it wants with its money. So if you have a plan that's 20 years long, propaganda is the name of the game. So what is a market? 130 mil, 200 million? That's all they have to do is just buy the tickets. You can have a few people watch a movie, but you just buy tickets. And that's $230 million. That's nothing. That's nothing. They have trillions of dollars.
Yeah, it's a
like, yeah. So all they have to do to increase propaganda is pay into this fucking thing. So you are needing this market. And so now it's a thing where it's like, hey, can we have the black characters? Well, the Chinese won't like that market. They don't like it. So now we're going to have other things.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the fact that they greenlit, Black Panther 2, they had an out after Chadwick Boseman died. If they were really in that conundrum, then they would have said, well, Chadwick's gone. We're going to respect his memory by not making any more of those movies.
He wore his mask. If you see the posters for Black Panther, in China, he's wearing the mask. That's the posters. In our posters, you see his face. In China, he's wearing the mask.
He's wearing the mask. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But if it was that strong of a thing where they would decide whether or not to make a movie or not, that would have been their out. And then what do you think is going to happen with Thor: Love and Thunder? Because Thor: Love and Thunder
has lesbians.
Is probably going to have lesbians in it.
Yeah, definitely. But you know what? I think lesbians is an easier go than dudes.
I don't know. I mean,
and that's what pisses me off. Why can't dudes be gay? Like, I mean, I swear they do this thing where it's always chicks, and it's a fucking, it's like a gimme. Like, yes, lesbians need I'm not seeing any gay dudes and shit, and I'm not like the wokest motherfucker. I'm just saying when they go gay, it's always the chick, and I'm like, I feel bad for like chicks who are like, hey, I'm a strong woman, but I don't have to be gay.
I have to be gay.
Yeah. Like, where's my representation? But I guess there's more gay women than there is straight. I guess that's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know what the numbers are on that, but you're right. I do feel like in popular media, it is, lesbianism is more accepted than homosexuality.
It is because of pervs. That's all it is. Like, it's because, okay, who's your primary market? Like, for these movies? Dudes. And then with that, what is more palatable to dudes? Two dudes or two chicks? Now, me, you can have Brokeback Mountain aplenty. I'm not going to be flinched by it. But most people, not going to say it, can't just be like, yeah, those two dudes are going for it. When they see the two chicks going after it, they're totally all right with it. Star Wars did it. You had two chicks kissing and everyone went crazy. But that was just two chicks. They never fucking go.
Oh, well, it was just flashed on the screen really quick too, though.
And it was.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
The best you're gonna get is chicks. You will never get dudes. It's like, but they need that market though. They need that Chinese market. So I'm thinking like slowly but surely China's influencing our country. It's kind of funny though, because it's like, okay. So this whole woke thing, right? It's all progressive left, but then like right's coming back pretty hard, and like right like is like getting closer to some ways of thinking. More security, more authority, more cops. Like that is kind of like China. Like that. I mean, like you're setting up the groundwork. First we're hating our own government, like we have no trust in it. So we're going to have to need some kind of new government. And then we're going to have a lot of police everywhere because we're just letting things go rampant, and then, the mandatory vaccines. So
it does feel like a different kind of control.
Yeah. And I think this was the plan from the beginning. I think they're like, I'm probably going to get assassinated. But through propaganda and social media, we've been slowly pushing this crazy narrative. And now everyone's kind of whipping back. They're like, no. What is the brand? What is the justice for Brandon? What is the
let's go Brandon.
Let's go Brandon. That's a thing. What the fuck ever. And then like people are getting more onto this right, and it's fucking ludicrous. Like 2 years ago, I was on my own. Now people are kind of going towards this right. So I mean, I don't know. I think this was the plan all along. And I don't think it's like a government conspiracy. I just think that here's my narrative: communism for life. You know, how do I do this? Propaganda. It worked for Hitler. Let's do it.
Well, it didn't work for Hitler.
Well,
kind of worked for Hitler, but
he was one person in the sense of you got a government that is of the same mind. You know what I mean? So they're kind of self-perpetuating as opposed to just a Hitler. You know, a Hitler don't have like another Hitler, you know what I mean? They have.
Well, I think China said, okay, let's do it, but just without killing 11 million people and trying to start wars all with everybody.
They're killing people now. We just don't talk
about
it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
the whole Uyghur issue in the north.
Oh, they're Naziing it up.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah. But they're not letting it get out. I mean, you let it get out.
They're better at it. They had practice. They seen the guy do it. They're like, hey, you know what? That shit kind of worked. He just didn't have it. He didn't do it right. We got it down. Look, boom, 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 boom. There's like whole cities that go black out. Like, I mean, fuck, they're hardcore, man. And like, no one talks about it. They're so badass. They could get basketball players just like apologize.
Well, I mean, the problem right now is with Taiwan and our dependence on chips.
That's a weird thing, isn't it?
It fucking is, because I mean, I was looking at my boss is trying to buy a car right now, and I was looking for cars. I was looking for Anthony's car actually. His car's badass. I love his fucking car.
Yeah.
And can't find them, and two, when you find them, they're almost the same as sticker. My car, my blue car, I bought it for $16,000, right? Just the sum. 16 grand I bought it for. Okay, I just put almost 40,000 miles on it. No, like 35,000 miles on it. Even with the miles, the same year, the miles that it has right now, $21,000.
I was gonna, you beat me to a subject. I was even say my wife's car is a Jeep Renegade. Like that's what it went up. Like the price, and I'm like, wait, what? We can just sell it and make more money? That's fucking crazy. You know, and I'm like, this is where we're at right now. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. But the problem is like it's not like a commodity that you can sell it and get another one, because you're paying a lot for it's inflation.
Yeah,
you know,
you're gonna pay a lot for the next car.
Right.
You know?
It's like you're not really selling it and making all kinds of money. It's really a wash.
Unless you could predict when it gets better,
right,
and then you get your supply back. So if you were able to like, so people out there, I mean, oh shit, my popper came off. If you get if you have two cars, I mean, you sell the one and just rough it out with the other car, and then shit, man, I tell you, just as soon as it gets better, it makes money. But if it gets better.
Yeah, my Porsche went up officially, but it's been going up for a couple years now.
I thought Porsche always go up, no matter what.
No, they do this. My car was doing this for a long time, and now it's starting to do this.
Yeah,
come up a little bit.
It's a crazy time. I never thought I would exist in a time where cars go up.
But my blue car, though, dude, it was just like I paid 16, but the exact same specs right now with the extra mileage. An extra $5,000. I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Houses aren't doing that though.
Houses, houses are.
They're going up. They just go up.
Yeah.
They never go down.
Well, they went up. We were looking at houses, and most of the places that we went to go look at, anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000 over what they were a year ago.
Yeah.
A year ago.
Yeah.
We're looking at this place. It was on the market for $550, and it sold at $750.
Yeah, I've seen houses here. There's houses here that were $150, and then 1 year it's $300. Like my house went up. Like I bought my house for dirt cheap, and it went whoop, and I'm like, oh shit.
That's a good thing.
I'm not gonna sell it though. You know what I mean? No. Like, because I mean, I live here. You know. It's hard to make that work, to sell your house and buy another. Hey, let's get into this Dune. We strayed off quite a bit. So let's talk about Dune. Let's rate this shit. So what are your thoughts on Dune?
I enjoyed it, man. I liked it. I love the pacing. I liked kind of just sitting with it. Right now I'm watching I just bought the 4K set of Lord of the Rings. And I've never watched the extended versions.
Oh, that's pretty good. They're really good. The first one's good. The second one's it's a little bit boring, but that third one's a fire burner.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah, the first
I've
and
seen
third
Lord of the
one,
Rings a bunch of times. I've never watched the extended versions.
So you'll know immediately, because that's how I was.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, this is new. Oh
yeah, right away. I'm like, this is different. But man, it adds a lot of context. There was a scene.
Oh yeah.
I know I'm getting off here, but there was a scene where they finally explained where that Aragorn is like 87 years old.
Yes, because the girl's like, you fought with my father or uncle or grandfather
or some shit.
And he's like,
but that's not possible. And he's like, yeah, they were just a kid. And he was like,
yeah, because he's part of something like
he's a Dane. His blood is tied directly to the original. But
that's part 2. That's funny. You fucking picked up on the one that I remember vividly. That's the one I remember of all the extra content.
Well, that's the one we're in the middle of.
Yeah, the third one has extra shit too.
Well, that made him so much more badass. I was just like, fuck, he's somebody, you know. And that's another one of those things that they lay throughout the movie. But with Dune, with the extended versions, you get to stew a little bit longer with the lore.
Yeah.
And with Dune, I feel like since they didn't rush it and try to cram it into one movie, you get to spend a little bit more time, figuring out this is this house, this is the power structure, this is kind of the hierarchy, who's who in the zoo.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed that.
The Lord. Okay, when you were talking about Lord of the Rings, I was thinking back on it. There's see, I'm telling you, man, montages is everything. Like if you're smart about it. See, when Aragorn is chased in the first Lord of the Rings, when Aragorn and the two other people, was it the dwarf and the elf, are chasing after those fucks, they're fucking going for days.
Yeah, that's the beginning of the second movie.
Yeah, so and they're fucking, and they find them after a long fucking time. So like it creates I guess like artificially you can then say, because it took like 10 years for the whole saga to go down, like 1, 2, and 3, and you could say they're old friends, but in reality, but in like, I don't know, when you're watching them, it doesn't feel like they've been together that long. It feels like the next day they found them, but that's not really what happens. It's like days and days, and that's why I think they should have showed montages. So bringing it to Dune, there should be a lot of montages. They did kind of in the end, but there should have been, because there's a lot of time that's going by, and like it's hard to feel that when with the pacing of the movie. That's
I didn't get a sense for the amount of time that they were on Arrakis trying to make it work.
It felt like a day.
It felt like they gave him like a week.
Yeah,
it felt like he was there for a week, and they were like, "Nah, you fucked up. Let's go fucking kill this dude now." Spoilers.
Yeah, well, we're gonna spoil the shit out of it. So, like, look, the cool thing about this movie that I liked a lot, because I've read the books and I watched the old movie, which is not the books. But the cool thing about this movie that they did here is they painted the picture of this is a trap, but like a lot of characters knew about it, but I don't know, I felt like they didn't illustrate it enough. Like I didn't feel like the Mentat, your smartest guy, he didn't seem to say anything about it, but everyone else did, and I'm like, I fucking loved that, dude. When his eyes rolled up, cool, I was like,
it's like, because we do it too, right? We're like, well, he's thinking way more than we are.
Yeah, that's so
I thought that was cool.
That was so fucking cool. And like, I mean, fuck, that was cool. That was really cool. And I'm like, okay. So the voice, I thought that was a pretty cool thing that they did. Yeah, because when you're reading it, it's kind of hard to understand what it is. It's because it's all martial arts. Everything those fucking Bene Gesserit's is martial arts, right? So even the act of like telling somebody to do something is really just the power of suggestion, and it's just a thing, right? And the way they did it in the movie was pretty cool. It was it's hard to illustrate like The Mentalist, you know what I mean? Like they're basically just telling you to do something and then you're just doing it, and they call it the voice. And I thought that was cool. It's like you're just doing it, you know, like do this, okay, you know. And then I thought that was fucking tight, you know.
Yeah, it was cool. It was it's something I've never seen before. I mean, you have the Force, right?
Yeah,
but this was just different. It was
this wasn't the Force though. This is
it
the
was
cool thing.
You're right, it wasn't the Force.
It was ninjas. They are ninjas.
Yeah.
That's what I explained it to my wife. I was like, they're just ninjas. I know it sounds stupid, but that's all it is. Thousands of years of mastering your body, and this is like the human potential, you know. And that, like, there's different versions of this. Like you got a Mentat. He's the same kind of thing, except instead of doing martial arts and shit, it's all his brain,
doing calculations and stuff, right?
Yeah. And then you got your guild, and they warp time. I mean, that's fucking cosmic onto itself. They didn't show enough of that.
Who did the cinematography?
I don't know, but that what's his name? The guy who directed it must use the same cinematographer, because if you watch Blade Runner 2049 and a bunch of other movies,
I haven't seen it,
dude. If you watch a lot of this guy, dude, get his name, the director, and look at the movies he makes. Even if it's a movie like I think he did Nightcrawler, and it's the way it looks. It's like even the mundane. He knows how to illustrate a fucking thing. And
I thought it looked really good, dude. I think the look, when we talk about like I'm probably gonna give this
visual
the highest rating.
It's a 10. It's a 10.
Yeah.
No,
there was some scenes. It's CG, right? But I was just like, fuck, that looks cool.
Yeah, no, like it was the Interstellar.
Shit.
Every time I want to watch a movie that has good cinematography, good everything, I always refer to Interstellar because it just hits every beat. You know, Hans Zimmer does do the music for it, but but the cinematography was so next level. It was insane. And like, I mean, he does this though. If you watch his old shit, say you want if you have an itch for Dune, watch his other shit. It's good. Even if the movie isn't that great. Like, I'm not going to lie, the story isn't that great. There's no character other than Jason Momoa. There's no character that's compelling. I mean, I liked the dad. I like a character, but there's nothing like I don't care. Like when Jason Momoa died, I still didn't care that much, honestly. But then again, I have foresight. I know what's going to happen. So,
yeah, I don't remember too much from the original Dune. I know I watched it when I was a kid.
Yeah. No, that's good. Hey, man, going in blind, that was good. That had to be
if I were to watch it again right now, it'd be like I was watching it all over again.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. But the characters weren't the story's good. It's really good, but it's like the characters aren't very charismatic, and that's the problem. When the dude wrote the book, he's writing basically two things. One, environmentalist. He was an environmentalist, and Muslim bullshit, you know, lots of that, you know. So you really back in the day, you can admire a culture and it wouldn't be a big deal. And he admired a culture, and now it has to be a thing. So
now it's a misappropriation. Appropriation or something.
Yeah, a crusade, a jihad is now called a crusade, you know. So that's where we're at now. That's whatever. But I mean, that was pretty cool. There, did you understand when he gets the spice and he starts having the premonition of the black guy that he kills? And did you understand that?
I haven't watched too much of like the did you notice or this or that. I kind of want to watch it again. I kind of want to buy it when it comes out.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. Like, I was like, this has to be in my collection.
Yeah.
It really is. It's not a good. Okay, here's the thing. It isn't a good movie though. Like, as I'm watching the movie, and I will watch it again and again, I have a love for it because I'm a fan. But it is a good movie, but it's not. It really isn't. Like, once you like separate story bites from it, it's
the plot's pretty simple.
Yes.
They get to this place to you know, do some business. It doesn't work out, so their bosses come in and wipe them out, and the son of the boss is now trying to figure out what the fuck's gonna happen next.
Man, there's
That's
just
it.
so much. There's
That's
so much
it.
good
That's-
world
that's-
building.
That's the thing. But
in
yes,
Dune.
the world building though.
Is
I
next
don't know,
level.
since it was new to me and I
Yes.
didn't know anything. I
Yes.
was soaking it up, dude. I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
check
If it
this
was a
out, look at
TV
that,
show,
look at this
you would love it
relationship,
way
look at that.
more.
I was reading
like-
an article that was talking about that with the Disney Star Wars universe, saying like some things would have worked better as TV shows than others. Honestly, no, I like Dune as a feature. I like Dune as a feature.
Dune is a good feature, but the lore of it is so deep. Like, okay, for instance, the Sadu Ka, they're fucking awesome. They're like religious and they're the best murderers ever. They're fucking killing people. I don't even remember that in the book. I just knew they were like death troops and they were badass.
Right.
That's what I remember. They're fucking killing people and showing, and they're just like praying to whatever. And I was like, fuck yes. But let me explain some stuff. Because I know.
Oh yeah. Okay, explain it to me.
So when
I was like, wait, he killed that dude, so he's not gonna have that moment with him.
I know, right? No, what it is, see, this is the problem with Paul. He can see the future, but different aspects of the future. So it's both a cool thing and also a not a sacrifice, but a curse. Because if he changes too many things, then it just starts diverging so much. So in one path, this dude's his teacher, and his best friend. And in another world, he dies. So he could have died. That's on the table.
And he killed him.
And he kills him. So, and then that's the path we see. And like, as Paul goes on, which will be maybe 2 more movies, maybe. And maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It depends. But it's like you get to it's so the world building so tight. So you're like, he knows the future. How come he's caught up in this trap? It's because he needs to get caught up in this trap to move to the next point, to what he needs to do. Right. So he can perceive, and like it's funny too, because like the further out he looks, it becomes more of a clear picture for him. So he has to do certain things that he don't want to do. And that's why you see these things, and that it was a cool way of illustrating it when you see that. But that's what that okay. And at first, I hated this movie in that sense. Like I was like, this was a good movie, but it was there's a lot of shit happening, so I don't think anyone's gonna pick up on it. But say you watch the second movie coming out, right? So when you watch the first movie, all these pieces are Easter eggs. Sense. Yeah. Yes. Like at first, I was like, they didn't close a lot of loops. And I was like, oh, duh. The second movie will finish it.
And I like that kind of stuff, dude.
And you remember when we say rewatchability?
Yeah.
And there you have it. I mean,
that's why it's fun to go watch things like now Avengers of Age of Ultron.
I hear you.
But
like,
Age
if you
Ultron,
think about it
Civil
though,
War.
Dune is beginning end. We got something. And so they won't have a lot of mistakes like the Avengers and things like that. Right. Like with Avengers and all Age of Ultron and all that shit, they're trying to make it work. And then Endgame really is working hard.
Yeah, they're like 3 years out, but 3 years out at a time. After about 4 years, you look back at something from 4 years ago and it's like, okay, they didn't know that this other thing was going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's why you got this little issue here, but it still kind of works. But no, I see what you're saying. Dune's already written. They already have it.
They already have the storyboard, so it's already good. So like, it's gonna be, it's gonna be pretty tight. I was really anti this movie at first because of the way the storytelling was, but it's like I'm so used to bad storytelling. I just assumed they weren't gonna finish it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when they left a lot of doors open, I'm like, fucking pieces of shit. They did it again. But no, if they do the second movie, they'll inadvertently have callbacks to the first movie. It just inadvertently.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah, and then when you got the next set of movies, as long as you follow the book, which seems like they're doing, you got yourself a tight ass story.
Well, I mean, even in Lord of the Rings, in the extended version, Aragorn tells, or Gandalf is saying, well, now Frodo's on his own. And Aragorn's like, no, he's not on his own. Samwise went with them. And Gandalf's like, he did. Oh shit! Because in the first movie, Sam tells him what Gandalf said to him. He's all, Gandalf told me, "Don't you leave him, Samwise Gamgee. Don't you leave him. Don't you let him go alone." And so Gandalf is like, "Shit! This thing I told him for him thousands of years ago, actually stuck." And he actually went through with it. That's a callback.
I like it.
And it pays off. That it's a callback that got cut out of the theatrical version, but they put it back in for the extended version,
and it works.
I appreciate it a lot. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, when you have already written content, then you're good. Then you're gonna have. That's why, like, you got your Game of Thrones and anything coming off a book.
Oh yeah,
you're always gonna have good callbacks. So like, at first I was like, I hated this movie in that sense, but like, I mean, because they have a path, as long as they don't go too far in the books, because like the writer, he has like a master stroke, and he gets to a point and that's it. But then they keep writing, he gets greedy. But the story is solid all the way to, was it Dune, God Emperor? Once you get there, you're done. And then you just call it. You're like, fucking done, crescendo, 5 books, and you're done. It's over. But then it keeps going, and then that's when you start noticing shit getting fucked up. You're like, oh, this didn't happen. And well, what the fuck? Why, if this happened, why is this happening? So
because it
like,
wasn't part of the original plan.
Exactly. And they do Avengers, basically, where you're just kind of adding shit and hoping for the best.
Yeah, if you ever read the Harry Potter series, that shit was planned.
Oh, of course.
That lady knew what she was doing when she wrote the first book all the way to the last one.
Hey man,
everything that you read or everything that you saw makes total sense at the end.
She should be like a herald as a hero to all women out there. Here she's got these kids with her husband, leaves her, and she just decides to make these books and becomes a bajillionaire. I mean, hey, shit, dude, that's awesome. And you could tell I'm anti-Harry Potter. I hate magic with a passion. So there you go. Because the reason I like Dune is like all of it isn't just science. It's like everything's built in. Okay, so she goes, the Bene Gesserit mother, she goes, we've set it up for you. It should work out when you go to Dune. Everything will work out. We've already laid out the land. What that means is in every world, the Bene Gesserits are everywhere. And they're seated as normal people. And they spread these legends. And they have a plan. So for thousands of years, they've been spreading they've been spreading like religion, like this savior is going to come and blah, blah, blah. So if you're a Bene Gesserit, you have these secrets in you. So you could just say some shit and you could tap on a religion and you could insert yourself as the head of the religion. So you're set up. And that's what, you got your Lady Gesserit or whatever. I can't say her name. Whatever. Paul's mom. That's why she's able to, she could say some shit and they're like, oh, and then everything kind of lines up to it. And another thing that was cool about that movie was I forgot her name, the bishop. It was a maid. She was the maid Shadow Deep. And she cries when she's talking to the mom of Paul. She says something and then it's like because her religion's happening,
right?
And the prophecies now. So she's like, and then my kid's looking at me. He's just like, what the fuck is this guy? Why is she crazy? She just went crazy for no reason. And I thought that was cool because they didn't need to add that. They didn't need to do that. Here's your religion enacted. But
yeah, it's something that you read in the Bible and now it's fucking happening. And you're like, oh shit! I'm not just reading about it now. I'm in it.
I'm part of this religion. I'm part of this
tale,
destiny.
Man.
Yeah. And that must be an amazing feeling coming from shit. Like because their world is shit. Like it's bad. And then they're just like, whoa, it's gonna get better now. Finally, for the hundreds of years we've been getting killed for our sins or their sins or whatever the fuck, because they're very deeply religious, that's what kept them going. And they're like, fuck, this is finally happening. I thought that was cool.
When's it coming out on disc? I'm buying in 4K. Here's my gripe with the HBO Max presentation of it. It's letterbox, but hard, like it's like super cropped.
Why?
Well, that's why when you asked if I watched it in IMAX, I'm like, that would have probably been cooler. But I wonder what kind of crop they're using for IMAX. If they're cropping the crop, and it's just blowing it up, which is what some IMAX presentations are, or if you're really getting more of the top and the bottom. Are they expanding it, or was it just cut from the sides?
Shit, man, I never even thought of that. I hope it's fucking full. I mean, we're in the year 2021. Why can't I get the full version? You know what I mean? Like
we didn't get the full version of Avengers Endgame or Infinity
yeah.
War.
Well, actually, did you read the news? They're coming out with the IMAX ratios.
Oh, thank you. Fuck.
There's 12 movies coming out. It's funny too, because like, okay, of all the Marvel movies, what the fuck do you think should be number one? like
Infinity War.
Yeah, they go Shang-Chi, Black Panther, and then you see Avengers, Infinity War, and I'm like, yes,
Avengers is in almost its IMAX ratio. It's almost the full screen. Avengers. Yeah. And then Age of Ultron is cropped. Everything after that is cropped.
It's kind of funny though, because the way they laid it out, because I was waiting, I was like, where the fuck is it? Because it said Shang-Chi. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, where's Endgame? And then there it is. I'm like, why would that?
Well, I mean, they're saving the best for last, right? I guess.
It's not even last. It's like in the middle. Like it's afterthought. Yeah. And then Civil War and so on and so forth. I mean, all this shit's good, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah, my first gripe when Infinity War came out was, where's the IMAX ratio? They were able to do it with Dunkirk. Why couldn't they do it with this?
I don't know why they can't do that all the time. Like, we're in the year 2021, right? Shouldn't this be a normal thing? Like this. I
wonder if it's faster to write a disc with less data on it. Well, I wonder if it takes longer to write a disc with more data on it.
Obviously, but who cares?
Yeah, but is it cost prohibitive to the point where they would decide to not do it? Or is it what I thought all along? They always meant to release the IMAX ratio ones, but just wanted everybody to buy
to make more money.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Here we go.
I'm hot up here, man. Sweater. Fuck. It should be cold. We don't have any heat.
Oh no, it's gonna get hot here again next couple of days.
For me, I'm in Michigan. It's cold. Shit's cold here. I'm in an ice box. It's awesome though. I get to wear cool jackets. It's cool. I buy these jackets that I was like, oh, that'd be cool to wear. And I'm like, oh wait, I can wear this, and it works, and it looks good.
Yeah, I like winter because I like wearing my hoodies.
Yeah,
but now I like summer because I can wear nice fitting shirts.
Yeah.
Now.
Wow. Any other thoughts about Dune?
I'm looking forward to the next one. Unfortunately, it's like they made this one and then did like a let's wait and see if we do another one, which means the next one might not be another 3 years.
Well, hopefully they take their time. I mean, it sucks that they have to wait that long.
Whatever time they put into this one, hopefully they put into the next one. That would be cool.
I hear what you're saying though. They should come out with the second one next year. That would be cool, because like there's so much content to this movie that you kind of need the second movie to come out right away.
Do you remember being in the theater and seeing the trailer for Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
I remember vividly sitting with us and seeing the scene of them coming over the top of the mountain one by one, the whole fellowship coming over the top of the mountain, and then like the titles coming up and it's saying Christmas 2000, then Christmas 2001, then Christmas 2002, and we're like, they're gonna do one every year. Holy shit! That feeling was so fucking cool, dude. We knew as our fellowship right away, we're watching that shit on night one. And we're watching in the gas lab. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think you had gone to the Navy.
No, we watched it midnight. And then I think I went to the Navy that day.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's right. It was like right around that time. Because, well, the one I remember was when Adrian beat you like 100 times in a row before you.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck him.
He beat you at Tekken. He didn't let you win before you went off to basic training.
I gave it my all too. And he's still good. He's still fucking good. Shit. Even after all these years, I can still beat his ass.
But
Fuck
yeah,
him.
dude, that was awesome because you'd never seen that before. The music came in and you knew this shit was gonna be great and it would be awesome and you were gonna get it every year. Dune, again, like I said, if they put the same amount of energy into the next one as they did to this one and thought and all that, then I'm cool with it.
I was looking forward to this movie. So
Yeah, me too.
it's funny too, because the second one's coming out and I have nothing in me because the first one was really good. When I first saw it, I was like, oh man, that's pretty good. And I shat on it a little, but I was just like, now that that's come out, I kind of feel like they're going to do it right, but I'm not excited. It's weird.
Maybe you're doing that to yourself so that you don't have to sit and simmer for so long.
Yeah, I think I'm just getting older. It's hard for me to get excited about stuff. I
That's
was excited.
true, yeah.
I was excited about Dune. I was excited about Tenet. There is no movie as of now that I'm excited for that I know of. Even the Spider-Man.
Well, I think our experiences too have maybe dulled us on, the excitement of something cool like this coming out. I mean, when you came over, the excitement in me was like,
yeah, but that's different though. That's a
building. Yeah. But what I'm saying is comparatively, it's hard for us to get psyched up about media because we know what people, what that excitement is. I don't know. I don't know
it's you just need you craving something, I don't know, new, nostalgic. I don't know, because like I was excited for Tenet. Like there was an excitement there. And then like say if he was going to make another movie, say another movie was coming out by Christopher Nolan, I would be excited.
A James Bond movie.
I'm never excited for James Bond. They're all the same to me.
What if it was by Christopher Nolan?
That would be fucking tight.
That would be cool.
That would be tight because he knows how to connect the person with the character, and then create the story. Like I don't care about Bond. Honestly, when I'm watching Bond, it's like it's a power fantasy I don't have anymore. You know what I mean? Like he gets the girl, he does all the cool things.
I was gonna say because you were really into Daniel Craig Bond when he first came out.
Yes, the first movie was really good, and then the second movie, and then you had Jason Bourne movies. So it's kind of like it was too much. It was just too much of the same power fantasy. Like, dude, fucking people up, getting chicks, being just the smartest one in the room. I'm surprised Jack Reacher works. You know what I mean?
I haven't watched him.
Wow, it's the guy, smartest guy in the room, and it's a power fantasy. That's all it is, and those are cool, but I don't know.
How about, okay, maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm thinking I put it out of my head because they keep pushing it back. Top Gun 2.
Yeah, what the fuck happened there?
They pushed it back again.
I am super curious. I'm excited for that movie.
Yeah.
Like no other movie ever before. Like, I'm very curious about this movie. I mean, I'm fucking curious because I've read a lot of things about it. So I'm like, this can't be real.
I think the movie I was most ever psyched for was episode 1.
Yeah, I know, because we stood in line. I think everyone stood in line. There was lines. That was the first time lines were.
Yeah, lines were still a thing. No, but I remember like picking up every like magazine, news article, everything, every little thing.
It was the first movie I watched. Yeah, it was the first movie I watched more than once.
Yeah. That was the first movie I went to go watch a movie to see the trailer for that movie.
Yeah.
It was Wing Commander.
That movie sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. But yeah, we watched Wing Commander at the Nickelodeon Theater in Chula Vista because, and the only reason I watched it was because the trailer for episode 1 was going to come out. And I remember the trailer played and people got up and left. There were people that literally just went to go watch the trailer.
Shit. I remember Kill Bill 2 I was pretty excited for. That was unreal.
Yeah,
you know what? I think it's a director thing. Anytime Quentin Tarantino came out with something, I was super excited for. Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarantino, this guy now who made Dune, he's on my radar. His name is just hard for me to say. It's Denis Villeneuve. You know?
Villeneuve.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but like now, this guy, like he pumps it out, man. Every time he puts, and the stories aren't that great either. It's just I really like watching it. And I like the music. I like everything about it, you know?
I felt immersed, dude. When the city was attacked, like I felt scared for what was happening. Like I felt the weight of what was happening. I was like, fuck. Like, not because I cared about Paul, but I was like, his life, the way he knew it, is being destroyed.
Yes.
You know, his dad, you know, the head of the house.
And he seemed like a good dude.
Yeah, you know, he's always sympathetic. Fucking Poe Dameron, you know. Not Apocalypse. But yeah, I mean, he was very sympathetic. You felt that he had that father-son relationship, conflicted too, you know, because of the relationship with Paul's mom, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I should have married you.
That was cool. I also like the fact that the son hated his mom because she's the one who trained him to be the way he is. So,
right.
You know, I mean, she's the one who caused this whole mess. You know, that it's her fault. If she hadn't loved, because what it is
she fell in love.
Yeah, and then she created a son as opposed to, they're only supposed to be girls.
Right.
And they fucked up, you know, so oh well.
I thought that was cool.
I knew the characters that were coming out, and they were way cooler than what I was thinking it was going to be. It was way fucking cooler. Jason Momoa was fucking awesome. The fucking doctor, they gender switched and race switched them.
Yeah.
So the doctor was a white guy, but now he's a black lady. And I thought that was pretty, you know what? Hey, it fucking worked. It worked.
Fine. I was fine with it. I didn't know that they had switched it until after I watched it, and I was just like, well, right.
Yeah.
It's not and they weren't woke about it.
No.
You know, she was never like, do you know what it's like to be a black female doctor on a desert planet? No.
Fucking right, dude.
It was just,
it was
she was a
right.
doctor.
Yeah, it was fucking done so well. You know, Jason Momoa was tight, dude, as Duncan. Duncan,
he
Idaho.
Was good. I was distracted at first, and then afterwards, I was just like, I gotta let it go. And then him being him, it worked.
Duncan Idaho is a very charismatic character, not conveyed in the first Dune, let's just say.
That's something that I saw too.
So when Jason Momoa is there, he's like a pivotal character to the whole Dunes franchise.
He feels like a bigger character. Yeah.
So like
Josh Brolin, I was distracted by how short they let him look.
Yeah. He's cool, man. Dude, hey, Gurney, I love that guy. They got Josh Brolin. I was like, Patrick Stewart played that part, and I was like, you can't surpass Stewart. And then Josh Brolin is the fucking man, dude.
Yeah,
I love that. The shields, the way they had the shields.
Oh, that was cool. I like that.
I thought that was fucking tight, dude. I was like in the oh man, dude, just like everything. I liked the dad. Dude, fucking, he's rock, dude. The Dameron Poe. He's pretty good. Oh, and then the fucking the
helicopters
men. No country. What's his name? Bardem something.
Javier Bardem. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was. Because there's another Spanish guy that's out there that kind of seems like
looks like him. Yeah. No, it's cool that they got him for that character too. Like, because what I know of the future, I'm like, yeah, they got some banger of characters, man. I liked everyone, dude. Every character they got was fucking awesome, dude. The way they did things, the feeling of it is so good. And it's like the problem, but the thing that they did, now this is how you subvert. It's not easy. The fucking movie is not easy. And so that turns out, like my wife, she's out on it. She was like, it's good, but I didn't understand a lot of the story. Not that she didn't understand it. It's not there for you.
Right.
You have to pick it out. And then the other movies will flesh it out. And I was like, this is the perfect nerd bait. Right here.
Yeah, there's exposition, but it's not done in the regular exposition way where it's so clear that it's super obvious that it's exposition.
Yeah, it's a robot.
You have to read between the lines.
Yeah.
And kind of bring what you already know about history and civilizations and you have to bring that in.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I mean, because I was thinking, I was like, so these are like different fiefdoms within the greater kingdom.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Kings within Kings. Lord of the Rings has, you know.
Yeah. You got your
there's King Rohan, King Gondor, then you have the king of all fucking everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, okay, that's kind of what's going on here. And shit, dude, I don't know, man. I was impressed. I'm gonna buy it as soon as it comes out.
Yeah. I thought that as I was watching it, I was like, I can't wait to watch it again. But the way I watched it in 720p, I think. And you know, and so when it comes out for 4K, of course I'm gonna buy it. But I mean, like, God, dude, God, it was a good movie. Okay.
When they come out of the city and they look up in the night sky and you could see like the glow of the ship with like little things coming out of it, I was just like, fuck, they're fucked. You know, I remember thinking that looked real, that looked.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I don't know. Like, I was looking at it from their point of view.
When they were bombing the city, it looked real. I was like, wow.
Yeah, the explosions and shit looked really good, dude.
Yeah, everything looked good. Like, I mean, like, fuck, they made a desert planet look pretty. I like that a lot of the characters on the man, I swear, it's like they were thinking. The free man, they're all brown, you know, because it's fucking sunny 24/7. You know what I mean? A lot of people were like, yeah, why did you whitewash it? And I was just like, no, that makes sense. They should be Muslim looking. Like, because that's what the guy wanted.
Darker.
Yes.
Go live somewhere hot and see how fucking light you stay.
Exactly. And I like the characters they got for everybody. I thought it was really cool. Whoever casted this movie, they did a good thing. They did a real good thing. I mean, this movie is really good. Man, I like
Timothée Chalamet.
Yes, he does a lot of movies. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
I didn't know that. I thought he was new. I thought he was born yesterday.
Well, he's newish. I think maybe the last 3 years.
Yeah, but I didn't know he existed until this movie. And then I went back in time and I'm like, oh my God, he's in a lot of movies.
Did you see him in Interstellar? He's his son.
Really?
Yeah. You said to keep driving, Dad. What are we gonna do about the flat tire?
Wow, he's
he's good. He's good.
All right, let me let's go through it. Visuals.
10.
0 for me. 0 for me.
Okay.
Like, why would you score it anything lower than a 10?
You know what? I mean, and we've seen amazing things, and I've said 9, but it was shot great. Even with the letterbox presentation, I was just like, man, this thing just looks so cool. I was like, I wish I could see more.
Yes. You know? Yes. I'm hungry for more.
Yeah, I wish I could see more of it, but what was there was just it looked awesome. The sandworms, fucking great. Them coming through the dirt, you know, the suspense. You know, you have like in Aliens, the director's cut, you have them looking at the monitor and then like, oh, you know, like 100 meters, 70 meters, 50 meters. That suspense is building. You get the same suspense, you know, seeing the sand kick up and this and that.
Yeah, and
then they finally show up. You're like,
they look cool too.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, I didn't like the ships per se, the little butterfly looking things.
The ornithopters.
Whatever.
I thought they were cool.
You know why? You know why there's no computers?
Yeah, supposedly there was like AI
that enslaved them.
Rebellion that would be something like that.
Yeah, that would be a great movie. I'm just saying.
I thought that was cool. I like the analog feel. They had like the gauges were.
Yeah,
like from some of the gauges I was watching, it looked like from Top Gun. You know, like when they look at the fuel gauges and stuff, it really analog.
It feels more real in a movie when you have knobs and shit.
Yeah.
Rather than touching pads, I'm like, but when they have knobs and shit, I don't know that's a great aesthetic always.
Yeah, it just looked really cool. Yeah.
All right, where's my pen?
Good word. There it is. Aesthetic.
Story.
I mean, I was engaged, you know.
Well, we're not there yet.
But
go back into other words. Based on just this movie,
I would still give it an 8.
I gave it an 8 too.
I was never bored. the story, there was nuance in politics and this and that and behind the scenes stuff, and it was well acted and delivered well. So yeah, I'd give it an 8.
I gave it an 8 as well, because when I was watching it, I was trying to watch it as if I didn't know anything. And as I'm watching it, so like basically that's why I was at the very end of it. I was just like, that's a hard movie to follow. But as I'm watching it, I'm like, well, you got your main character. They kind of easily set the table, and then they ended it with him, with a new path. So I was like, I mean, as movies go, I mean, they did pretty much everything they needed to do to get it done. They had a beginning, middle, and end. And it started, he could leapfrog into the next movie, and they gave you little bits and pieces, like when he sees the future, he's fighting people. So I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. I mean, the only gripe I had is I wish there was a fighting montage of him learning how to fight like that. Because it really is, I guess it doesn't do it in the book, but I mean, like, this is a hard leap movie wise to see this fucking kid, and then he's a badass fighter. So,
well, but he was training with Josh Brolin's character.
I know, but like at the same time,
but you're thinking like further back. I just kind of assume that he's been training like that since he was a kid.
Yeah, I know. But like when Chani's like, hey, look, this guy might kill you. Like, that's on the table. He'll make it quick. She doesn't, you know what? She doesn't even say he's going to win. She goes, he's a good warrior. He'll make it quick.
Yeah.
Like, she writes him off. I thought that was beautiful.
I like that guy too. The warrior that he fought. I thought he was cool.
Yes, he was like, he added to it. He beat his chest. What's up with that? And it was like, I don't know what he said. I'm in this moment. I was 1-0 engagement. That's what I was.
Well, and the subversion of expectation. I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna find a way to beat him without killing him and earn his respect. Then he fucking kills him. I'm like, wait a minute. He changed his own future.
Well, they said he has to kill him, and I was like, oh, fuck.
And it made it sad, because it's almost like you saw a possibility, very vividly, of this relationship and this friendship and this mentorship, and you ended it before it even got to start. It's like seeing a dream, and then that dream wiped away.
I was thinking of it more of because they have this religion and it's a prophecy already. So say you were like these guys, these Fremen, they're devout. They're not like you and me. They believe this shit. Yeah, they will die for this shit. So they know that this motherfucker, if he's the real deal, he's going to save them all. And as always, kind of like Jesus, right? He has to die on that cross. And if you could be that guy who could just, help that guy out by killing him, because his life will not be fun, because the religion he has is real bad. So he's going to give his all to kill him, to make this right.
Yeah.
He already respects and loves this guy. So he thinks, if I could kill this motherfucker, his life is good. But if he kills me, his life's going to suck.
Right.
But it happens nonetheless. And I think that's cool. And he is putting himself in the religion itself, in the ethos, for all time, forever.
Yeah, so he's the one that put him to the test. Yeah, he put him to the test.
Once he dies, he becomes forever in the Bible.
Right.
As far as he knows.
Well, as far as
what do you give it for an engagement?
Shit, man. I was never bored. And then when the city starts going up, I was just like, fuck. The cinematography, how good it looked when nothing was happening, still kept me going. I was like, this looks fucking awesome. Where do they shoot this? Where do they do this? How did they do a lot of this? Shit, man. I'd give it like an 8.5, 9.
It's up to you. I'm not making this choice for you. You said you were 100% engaged. I mean, like, let your heart go where it needs to go.
9.
9? All right.
9. New stuff, new IP,
Your 9 is such a powerful 9, because you said I was never 100% like out of it, but you were out of it when you said, well, I was wondering how things were happening. So that would then give you a 9 because that makes sense, right? Because you're 100% in it. Yeah. The only time you were out of it, we're like, this is so good. It's too good that I have to think about it. That's why it's a 9. I gave it a 10.
That's kind of hard for a 2.5 hour movie to keep you there.
I gave it a 10 because I was engaged. I didn't have any other thoughts. I was in the movie the entire time and I was having fun. I was having fun watching this movie. I did.
Yeah, I guess when they showed Josh Brolin, I was like, man, how do you go from Thanos to looking up at Timothée Chalamet, who I know is tall, but it's a
loving relationship. It really felt like there was love there.
Oh, you know? Yeah.
You know, master pupil. You know what I mean? Like,
he's going to prepare him. He's going to hold his feet to the fire and make sure that he survives if he ever.
Yeah, because Josh Brolin's character is coming from hell itself. So he was trained as one of the Sodokar, you know, so he's like the best fucking warrior. Like, you got to think about it. You know, you got a planet, and in that planet, there's one guy who's badass. But in the world of Dune, you've got many planets. So it's just that much more. Everybody knows the tale of Gurney. You know what I mean? Gurney Halleck. You know who this guy's a legend. And that's so fucking awesome that he teaches this guy. And then this guy, hey, what he is better than Thanos. Let's just say. Like, Gurney Halleck is way better than Thanos in the respect of it's like Michael Jackson, but across planets.
Yeah, but when they're standing in front of each other, you don't get that sense.
No, you know what? Hey, what you said was valid.
It is coming from a short guy.
No, what you said was valid, though, if you think about it, because he is supposed to have that demeanor. Like, that's why, like, Patrick Stewart's so fucking awesome, because he has that gravitas. And Josh Brolin does, too. But I think at this point, this is a director's fault. They didn't display that, because it should be every time Paul looks at fucking, it should be like he's towering over him. I mean, like, just with cinematography,
or
like,
at least eyeball to eyeball, you know, at least eyeball to eyeball. But
he is a legend beyond legend. That's how awesome he is. See, Paul, the story of Dune is about Paul's journey. Well, I mean, the first,
but there's legends in it.
Yeah, and that's what adds to it. It's kind of weird if he lived in a hut. You know what I mean? For his palace, it's a hut, right? So you got taught by this master. It doesn't make sense for the master to be like a guy, you know, you're looking down on him, you know. It should have a gravitas to it. So when you say Paul lives in a palace, it's a huge palace. Paul was trained by the greatest warrior that had ever existed. So it should be a thing.
And then I walk out.
Yeah. So what you said was true, and I never thought about it until you said that. I was like, yeah, you're right. You're like, but I think that's the director's fault. He had a lot on his plate.
Yeah, I think you just put some fucking high heels on him and let him just stand a little bit.
No, it's all about camera angles, because you know Christian Bale's taller than Bane, but they made it. So
when Captain America and Iron Man are going eyeball to eyeball, Downey Jr.'s either on high heels or you see the camera angle kind of go sideways a little bit.
Yeah. And that's the director. Once again, you gotta think about things like that. But like, this motherfucker's in cosmic land, dude. Like, the way he's doing shit. So I mean, you could grant
an oversight.
You're fucking right, though. You are right. I didn't even think about that until you said that. Yeah, I didn't like in retrospect. I'm not gonna let it like deter me from watching this. No. But I mean, yeah, it should have been like every time he looks at him, it's like he's like fucking towering. He's not, but the way the angle goes, then you're just like, fuck.
Right. The way they shot it should have given him a little bit more weight.
Yeah, because you need to know that this guy is fucking Gurney Halleck. That's a thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck? Darth Vader's here? Shit.
Right. Well, fuck. Darth Vader comes in and it's a low angle shot, you know, looking up at him down the hallway. So he comes in and right away you're looking at him kind of like from this angle. You know, and right away you get the sense of the weight of this character.
Yeah, I don't know if the director understood him.
I think it was might have just oversight.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really picked up on it either. That's cool that you did, though. I mean, like, I think you're the only one who's ever picked up on that. Like,
Nah, I
think
don't
about
think
it.
so.
No,
I don't
no,
think
no,
so. I'm
no,
sure there's a lot of
no.
other people
Fuck
that do.
you. Like, I'm thinking about it
Get
right
the
now in
fuck
my
outta
head.
here.
No, because I've been watching a lot of Dune stuff. No one said that. Like, you're right. There's no one said that. You're
Nobody
the
wants
first.
to come out as heightest.
What?
It is a thing, though. I mean,
Hashtag director doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Ever Nava over here does. Just fucking saying. All right, cool. The score.
I'm trying to think if like a theme
It wasn't a 10,
no,
but it was pretty fucking good.
It was good. It was good.
It was
8.
fucking...
I give it an 8.
I gave it a 9.
I never got a theme.
You're right.
Out of it, but
I have to say, you say that, but I think if you watch it again, you will have a theme.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I watched a couple of videos with the song in there, and I'm like, that's pretty good. Good.
Like when Avengers first came out, and I remember sitting in the theater and somebody said that's going to become one of those like iconic like Superman songs, and I was like, it wasn't that good. But now when I hear I
thought the same thing. I thought the same thing when I heard it. I was like, they're really pushing this theme that's not that great. And now when I hear it,
dude, when Captain America shows up in Infinity War, like, oh god, yeah.
When I first heard the song, you're right. I literally didn't give two fucking shits. I was like, this is
it sounded generic.
They're trying to be they're trying to be epic. No, it's not. It is now.
Now it is.
Like I said, like, oh, that's such a good comparison. No, but when you listen to Dune, it is at that level. Like the music is kind of like,
yeah. It swells and it does a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. You're gonna the second
my
movie
grade might change.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like just like Avengers. That's fucking cool. Oh, best review ever. Rewatchability.
I don't know yet because I haven't rewatched it again yet. But
what are you thinking?
As soon as I was done watching it, I wanted to go back and start picking it, like start looking for things. I wanted to start tasting it. I want to go back to it.
Exactly.
I do want to go back.
And let me. Oh, so they come up with the second movie. You're watching it again. So say you bought it, right? You're watching it. Say another year goes by and the second movie comes out. Guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna watch it. Say that all 3 movies come out or 4 movies.
I'm gonna give it an 8 for rewatch. I think whatever grade I gave or we've ever given like Inception or Interstellar, it's not there yet. Or even like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that's when I just fucking just rewatch, just have it in the background.
I love Once Upon a Time. You're right. I play video games to the movie.
Yeah.
Because I play monotonous games like tower defense or something.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and I'm playing that, and I'm like, and I have the movie playing in the background, because I just really like the dialogue.
Yeah, that's.
And they're coming out with another version. Did you know that?
No, I don't know if I want that.
4 hours.
Oh, a cut of it.
Yeah, 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know what? So Quentin Tarantino came out with the Hateful Eight, and then he came out with the 4-hour version of it.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I didn't notice the difference between the 2 movies, but there is a difference.
So cut for time. Well, see, now that's when you know that it's cut for time because the studio wanted it to be shorter. If it all flows like the way that the director meant for it, and it all works, then that should be a good director's cut. Then it shouldn't feel like, well, okay, I can see why they totally cut this out because it fucking kills the pacing or something.
Well, like, it's funny. I remember when I first heard Quentin Tarantino talk about one of his movies, I was angry by it because he was like, the way he was talking as if these characters were real. And I was like, that's so stupid. And then like fast forward to now when he's talking about these characters, I'm like, fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah. How can you write real characters if you're not thinking of them as real people?
But that's pretty fucking cool though. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so whenever he has an interaction with the 2 characters, it's really just a mind game of like, how would these characters react? And that's the basis for everything that I watch. When I watch something, I'm like, would this character do this? And that's one of my main gripes. If I watch a fucking thing and I'm like, With this character, yeah. Why would he do that?
Fuck.
He didn't do that earlier.
Yeah, consistency.
Yeah, with the character. And you could only do that unless you have like a way of thinking of the characters. And that's how I write. When I write a story or anything, that's how I think.
And I can't imagine, like Lord of the Rings. They didn't film it in order. If we're in this part of the world, we need to film all the scenes that take place in this part of the world right now with this fucking set. Okay, we're at this set. Okay, this is, you guys are friends right now. Okay, now you guys are fucking enemies. Okay, now you're fucking dead, or this and that just happened. Okay, now we're at the end of the fucking movie or at the end of the fucking trilogy, and this is, now this is where you guys are at in your character's arc. And the actors need to be able to move, from one to the other. And I think that's maybe where the director comes in, by really setting the stage for them, not telling them what they need to feel, but really telling them what's happened to their character so far and put them in that context.
It depends on how you're directing though, right? Because, okay, so like you want them to convey a certain emotion. It'd be kind of weird if the actor's like, he should be happy at this moment. And you're like, no, this character isn't happy. He's sad.
Right.
And so that's when you would have a conflict.
Well,
it's like kind of,
I think E.T. was one of those where Steven Spielberg wanted to film it in order so that the kids, could follow the arc of their growing relationship to E.T. And then at the end of the shooting, when you're saying goodbye, really fucking feel it. Like we're at the end of our shoot almost. This whole adventure, that this whole family that we built, fucking down from the catering all the way to the makeup and all these guys, this is coming to an end. And this whole time that I've been working with this puppet, this is coming to an end. I am saying my goodbye to this experience. You get to see it in the lens.
I have to say, man, just fucking, like honestly, you spoke about E.T. in such a vivid way. And like, I
just talk about what I saw.
No, I know. But I'm thinking about it right now. Like, how are you ever having that conversation with anybody? Like that doesn't come out of, you know what I mean? Like that's not a thing. What you just said was very passionate and very observant and very astute. It wasn't like a thing. It wasn't half-assed. It was a very, very good thought. And then you just got it out there to the ether. And I was thinking to myself, like the reason for this podcast, like to get those kind of thoughts out, because like that's not a sentence you would ever say to anybody. Like maybe if you had a kid and maybe you're trying to convey that with the kid, but even then that would be a hard thing. And that's the cool thing about this podcast is you're able to get these ideas out that you didn't really, it's like, I don't know, it didn't exist until it existed, and it's poignant too. So you can always look back on it 20 years from now and say, I had a cool thought back then.
Well, it's what I tell people too. And it's not just coming out of me, but when I tell people about, the podcast that we do, I tell them it's an opportunity for me to bounce things off of you, and then for you to give me your viewpoint on things too. And it's inspired conversation.
It is. It's like a deeper conversation about things that I do like. Like right. E.T. I really like that movie, and I never had that thought. And then like when you said it that way, I was like, oh, yeah, wow.
Well, it's just the characterization. The characterization in E.T. is so great,
Yeah. No, those kids are fucking crying. Unless those kids are fucking like the best actors ever, they don't really show up in anything after that. But I mean, like, dude, I was fucking there. I was other than Drew Barrymore. I mean, I'm telling you, I was fucking there.
Yeah.
When I'm watching the movie, I was like, he's not dead. He's not dead. E.T.'s not leaving.
No.
E.T.'s not leaving. He's not going home. I know he said he was going home, but he's not going home.
That's not how it happens in the cartoons. In the cartoons, there's another episode, and E.T.'s going to be there, and they're going to have
the fucking Atari game that was buried in Nevada. I mean, like, I'm going to get out of that pit eventually. No, but I mean, that's dude. That was wow. We went from Dune, Lord of the Rings, E.T.
It's fucking good shit, dude. It's good shit.
Right. So our scores for the movie is Eber at 8.5. Kevin at 9.1. obviously I'm a little more biased than you because I read the books. It's like one of my crowning achievements, reading all those books.
Reading all the books.
Yeah, and I'm big into the world building thing. Anytime you got good world building, you got me, And
yeah, I did see one video that was talking about kind of comparing the two, the original and this one, and just kind of saying that you didn't get a chance really to learn about, the world, right? And get much of the lore because they were trying to get through it really quick,
Well, it's funny too because I'll watch these videos and like I've read the books, but it's not like I memorized every word for word. I just got bits and pieces in my head. And then you got these other guys on YouTube that have already broken it down and dissected it. And I'll rewatch it as I'm playing a video game or something. So I would recommend if you're playing a video game, you got some time, or you're doing something, you want something in the background, it's fun. Yeah, you could put the guy who's good at it is his name is Quinn Ideas. He's the best one of all of them for Dune. Quinn Ideas. He breaks down the lore. He breaks down the strong points of it.
Is that podcast or YouTube or what?
It's YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, I just put it on the YouTube in the background and play my game, and I'll hear him break down what is a Harkonnen, things like that. And I actually they don't call them Harkonnens, they call them something Harkonnen.
Yeah, that's
I've been calling it Harkonnen all my life. So when they all said Harkonnen, I was like, oh shit, are we having like an Avatar moment where they say
Ryu, Akuma?
Actually, there's a guy, there's a kid that I seen as a patient. His name is Raiden.
Not Raiden.
It's spelled like Raiden, Raiden, but all of them pronounce it as Raiden. And I go, oh, you Raiden? And he's like, no, it's Raiden. And I'm like, oh, because when I was a kid, that's what I said. Yeah, we said Ryu and we said Raiden. And it's funny. It's like the guy, and this kid's only like 10. So like he didn't learn how to say the name right. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, you got some people with some weird spelled names that don't pronounce it the way that.
No, I know, but the kid was literally named after the fucking Raiden.
God, yeah.
Yeah, no. After Mortal Kombat, the guy liked Mortal Kombat and named his kid that, but he never thought to learn the fucking kid the actual pronunciation of the name. Yeah, but like that had been out. Like, okay, I remember saying Shang Tsung, but like I got over it.
Yeah, Shang.
Yeah, but we figured it out at the next grade. Like 7th grade, I think.
It could be that whoever named them wanted to just kick it old school. And it's not so much that they don't know how to say it the right way. They're saying, no, we're going to say it the way we said it, the way we said it when we were kids. Before we were told that we were wrong for saying it the way that we were saying.
That's so fucking deep, dude. You're right. Like it brings, every time he says his son's name, it brings him back to that.
Well, it's like Han Solo, who shot first, Han shot first. Han shot first. Fuck that.
No. Oh, yeah, he did.
Fuck all he didn't do this. Shit. Han shot first.
He didn't do this.
He didn't.
You remember that?
Yeah. It was like,
yeah, I remember like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I didn't know that until someone pointed it out. Then you see his head go like this.
It looks so bad.
It does.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
And they've changed that scene like 4 times, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they changed it.
I don't think you have an original. The original. I don't think that exists anymore. You thought that VHS.
There's a DVD that I have, which is kind of the original, but it's supposed to be untouched, but it is and it isn't because it's DVD.
I own Star Wars in so many ways, it's insane. But the Star Wars that I got, the DVD, was the special edition, which came out in the 2000s. You're
out there on the internets, finding stuff. So there's one, it's the 4K 1977. That might be the one you want to go find.
What?
So these guys did a 4K remaster based on a bunch of different sources to try to recreate what everybody saw in the theater, but in 4K.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
What? Like
it's Project 1977 4K.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know what though? Have you seen the the beginning of Luke, like when Luke is on the planet and he's talking to Tashi or whatever, and like it's like so
He's
boring.
at Tashi Station
Yeah,
talking
they're
to Dak.
Vix. Oh, I thought it was Wedge. Vix or Wedge. One of the two.
Biggs?
Vix or Biggs?
Biggs.
Yeah. They're having a conversation. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, they're seeing the battle in space. They're seeing like the lights and stuff. They're like, oh, what is that? It's not that good.
You know what though? It's not good, but if like, you know, with the gift of foresight, you could have made that scene pretty cool. It's kind of a cool thing. Like here you got this country bumpkin watching a fight in space, you know? And they're like, one day I'm gonna be up there doing that shit, you know? And he wanted to fight for the Empire.
Maybe if they put it in as a flashback, but I still like, he wanted to not fight for the Empire, but at the time, the only place to get trained to be a pilot was with the Empire.
Wasn't it? Or did he? I don't think he wanted to fight with the rebels. It's been a while.
No, that's not a thing. Yeah, fighting with the rebels is not a thing. The rebels were rebels. They don't have a place where you could go and train. Otherwise, the Empire would have bombed the shit out of it. No, he wanted to go to the academy to be a pilot. And it's like us. It's like us. If we want to be pilots, we can't go and be pilots for fucking Russia. We would have to do it here. You know, if you're a Russian and you want to be a pilot, you can't just fucking come over here and be a pilot. You gotta be a pilot for Russia or North Korea or whatever.
Yeah. You know, I have to say Dune is a better source material for world building. Star Wars is kind of like put together. It's like the difference between Naruto and Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, the first two Star Wars movies I'm talking 4 and 5 are tighter, and then after that,
yeah, it just kind of gets weird. Hey, did you watch Injustice yet?
No, I didn't do my homework, man. I'm sorry.
Oh man, dude. Oh, that's so good.
Don't hit me.
How about you've been busy though. It's hard to watch stuff. It just is. I've been getting deep into anime though. I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching anime and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm going like some midlife crisis, but like I am deep into like isekai anime. And what that is somebody dies and they go to another world with magic, and then they have their own world building. Like I watched this one that was like because I watched all of them already, pretty much, it feels like. And then there's this one where it's a satire off of all the others. So the guy, so like a common trope is isekai has been around so long, right. There's tropes. So the common trope is the main character's a nerd, and then he goes to save somebody and gets hit by a truck or whatever the fuck. And that's how he dies. And then whatever God is giving him the power, and then, you know, he saves the world or whatever the fuck, right? This guy, it's a comedy because I didn't know it was a comedy. I'm watching it thinking it's supposed to be serious. So the guy, he tries to save this one girl, right? And he gets killed by a tractor. And because the tractor's about to kill this lady, and then he's like, no, and he somehow gets killed by a tractor. And I'm like, wait, what? Like a tractor? Like those are slow. And then the goddess is telling him, hey, look, she would have lived. But you know,
you didn't have to sacrifice yourself.
Yeah, it's the thought that counts. So like if you go to this world, kill this demon guy, you're good. You get to pick whatever power you want, and you get, you know, take him out. And then he's like looking at the powers and shit. And then like and this isn't a lot of anime. They get the powers and shit. So he's looking through he can get any power he wants, right? And she's eating chips and shit. And she's like, yeah, you're pretty pathetic. I mean, it's taking you forever to find these powers, man. You just got to pick one thing, man. You're good to go. And he gets so petty. And that's the first time too, because most of the main characters are so virtuous. It doesn't make sense. But this guy, he's pathetic. And he looks at her and he goes, I want you to come with me to fucking kill this demon. That's how angry he got. And then like, that was on the table. So she's like, wait, what? I like eating chips. What am I doing? So she's overpowered goddess that's stupid. I mean, she's really dumb. And they go to this fucking planet, and like, then you're supposed to follow, like, and in my head, I'm like, talk about subvert. I'm thinking he's going to get powerful. No, he's dumb. He can't get powerful. She's powerful. And you're thinking, oh yeah, she's just going to kill everybody. No, she can't, because she's too stupid, you know? And then like the first episode, they're like, fuck, we need money to eat. And I'm like, oh, okay, they're gonna go on quests. They're gonna go on quests. That's what all these animes are. They go on a quest, they fight something, and you know, and they don't. They can't qualify for it. They have to work at construction. So literally, like the fucking episode is them working at a construction site, getting drunk at a bar, and then waking up, and then like a month goes by, and then the main character's like, wait, aren't we supposed to be doing something? Aren't we supposed to kill some demon guy? And then the goddess lady, because she's dumb, she's like, oh yeah. And then, and then you just watch the show. But I mean, like, I didn't know that Japanese people could be funny. Like, because like a lot of the anime is kind of quirky and it's kind of funny, but usually you're watching it because it's cool. But this one,
when they can snipe at the tropes like that, they're recognizing the meta.
Yes.
And it's almost like a wink to the audience too.
Yes. I always thought that was an American thing, but I'm wrong. Japanese have figured it out. Like I watch a lot of their movies and they're terrible, but like their anime, they I don't know, man, the zeitgeist of them now, they're self-aware of their own tropes now. And I was like, wow, isekai isn't as like Mecha. Mecha goes back all the way to the 70s, with Gundam. And so you could do that. But isekai's only been around for like 10 years and they're able, or 12 or whatever, and they're able to create like a parody of it. And I have to say, I didn't think that was out there. And I thought that's cool. I have faith in this world now. All right, so we're good. This is we should cut it short because I want to watch anime right now.
Well, I got company.
Yeah, are they right there right now?
No,
Hi.
they're no. She was like, what? So I'm here, so you're not gonna do your stuff with your friends no more? And I'm like, shit. I'm like, I fucking love you.
Yeah, it is weird though. It is weird to do a podcast with somebody, and at the same time you have life. You know what I mean? And so you have to kind of create time, and that's why. The viewer, you guys, we're gonna try to create podcasts as much as we can, but like, hey, November, December, hey man, if we come out with the podcast, just fucking love us, okay? I mean, it's fucking hard, okay? That's just the way it is. And hey, in December, we're gonna come up with our top 10 of movies of the year. And like I prophesized, remember a long ago, you were like, you should create an Excel spreadsheet. I'm like, I bought a book.
Oh yeah,
I bought a book. And you're like, yeah, but can you do this and this and this? I'm like, I bought a book. And this is the book. All the shit we've seen. And what we will do is in December, we'll create a top 10 of stuff that we watched, played, whatever. And then at the end of it, I'll reveal our actual top 10, meaning, the shit we reviewed. You know what I mean?
That's cool. I like that. I thought you were just going to do just show what's in the book. But no, I like that idea because it's what our attitudes are now and how we would rank them now versus how we would have ranked them in the moment.
Yeah, like because like you watch a thing and you're like, yeah, it's the best, or you can watch a thing and be like, it's the worst, and then your opinion, like Black Panther, I hated Black Panther, but now I like it.
Next podcast, you'll probably hate it again.
There we go. And that's what I think December will bring. So like, casually as you're talking to kids, teaching, doing your thing, come up with you know what? This is a list. Just come up with it. I haven't done it myself, but I'm going to be doing that
what are we? Okay. So what are we doing? Are we doing TV seasons and movies or movies and TV shows?
Well, we reviewed seasons though. If you think about it, we did Loki.
Seasons.
So we should do seasons and TV. We should do TV seasons, I guess, because there's complete seasons in this year.
Yeah.
And then we could also do movies.
Okay, so in the same mix.
Of course, yes.
Compare like
because it's in the book.
To
all of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be great. I forgot Mandalorian. It's in the book, so we're good. Oh man, I'm excited. Because I have I could cheat, but I won't. I'm gonna come up with my top 10.
Don't look at that motherfucker. Yeah.
No. I'm gonna come up with my top 10, and then I'm gonna look at our top 10, and it'll be fucking hilarious. Where it's like, well, shit, I mean, I thought Mandalorian was up here, but apparently the rating said something else.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it.
All right, man. As always, be the better person than you were yesterday. Review things, live life. watch Dune. All right. And always stay frosty.
Thank you, veterans.
Oh, yeah. Happy Veterans Day.